Welcome everyone today to our Facebook Live. My name.
Hello.
Okay, we got my echo going on.
Sorry,
here.
the echo was a little slow there.
My name is Maria Mejia, and over here is
David Pataki.
we. So we didn't have anything really planned out today except kind of getting to know you. If you're listening to our podcast, some of this might be a repeat, but if you're not, definitely go on to that because we will be divulging more secrets on that one.
Yeah, well, we're in transition between our last Fact or Fiction, where we talked about 9 different things, and we're just gearing up for our 7 costly mistakes on tax time. So those are what we're working on next. So we'll look for that starting next week for the posts. The question or the tip, and then we'll discuss it on the Thursday at 1 o'clock like we have been in the past. But today we thought it would be a great opportunity for us to get to know, or for you guys out there, or you wonderful people out there in Facebook land,
TV
to
land.
get us to TV land. There we go. Finally, Mom, I finally made it. I'm on TV. Anyways, I thought you would like to get to know Maria and I a little bit better. So, Maria, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color. So I got 2 answers to this one. So growing up, when people, in school or in like church or whatever activities, camp, people are like, "Oh, what's your favorite color?" And I would say black, because black is my favorite color. But then everyone's like, black is not a color. And, after going through art school, I'd tell them like, black is a color because it's also the absence of color, but whatever. So my secondary favorite color is actually purple, just actually the color of the shirt I'm wearing today.
Look
Not
at
on
that.
purpose. What about you, David? What's your
Well,
favorite color?
Well, green is my favorite color. It's always has been. I don't have a complicated answer. I'm sorry. But it's funny. I was watching. There's that TV sitcom called Community, and I watched the episode just recently, and they talked about that you get to the stage where you can see the color blurple. So
What is that, blue and purple?
I don't know, but apparently it's a thing, or at least it's a thing in TV land, in Community TV land. But anyways, more on a serious note, for those who don't know, Maria is actually not Canadian. What are you?
It's my deepest, darkest
Alien.
secret.
She's an alien.
I'm an alien. Actually, I'm an alien from 2 different countries or worlds. So I was originally born in Bolivia, but then I was adopted and raised in the United States. So I do speak un poco español. I know it was really bad on purpose as well because I don't speak Spanish that well. So it's
But
really.
do you speak American?
I speak American a lot, and you will hear it a lot in either these lives, YouTubes, or
Office
the
Depot.
podcast.
I don't know
Oh my
what Office
gosh.
Depot is. Apparently it's a store in the U.S., but
Yeah, was it Staples?
Staples.
Yes, so it is the American Staples. Yeah, so I was, I'm American, raised in the U.S., went to school at BYU, Idaho in the United States, got my bachelor's in accounting, and then my husband's like, "Hey, let's move back up to Canada. You're not in school anymore." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll come up here." That's me. What about you?
So you were adopted in the U.S. and then you were adopted into Canada.
Yes,
By a husband.
forcefully removed.
Forcefully removed.
Actually, really funny thing. So in the United States, when we talk about like the South, we talk about Mexico and all the Latin countries, Central and South America. My husband, he's like, "Oh, you're from the South." I'm like, "I'm not from Mexico." He's like, "No, the U.S. is the South." So that still throws me off.
Yes, well, maybe the deep south for us. But anyways,
That's the southern countries. That's Florida, Georgia.
Florida and
Texas.
Georgia, the deep south.
I gotta try and
Isn't that like
transition.
the bayou?
Yeah, the Bayou.
Where's the bayou?
Princess
here?
and the Frog. That's in Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't been there.
Oh, it's
I've
it's
traveled
so
the states,
nice.
the states a little bit as a child, but
Road trip.
road trip.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one day.
One day.
We'll go visit all the states and provinces in North America, as we were helping businesses grow along the way. Anyways, so Maria, why bookkeeping?
Why bookkeeping? Why accounting?
Sure.
Why
Let's go
am
with
I
that.
such a nerd? So, I love working with numbers. I understand numbers much better than anything else in the world. So, I'm also one of those people who did not jump from subject to subject in university. So I signed up for an accounting degree and I stuck with it even during advanced accounting part 2 when I was stressing and late nights and praying that I would pass the exam enough to go on to the next class. And as I've been working in the accounting field post university, I just love helping other people understand finances, even if it's on like a really basic level of, this is what your expenses, this is what your income is, and here's how they affect each other and how, they affect your bottom line. As well as not only in the business sense, but also in the personal sense. So I've been helping my family, like creating a budget, and I've been talking to my family in the States about, the importance of budgeting and things like that. And so just helping people understand numbers in a way that, speaks to them. That's kind of why I do accounting and numbers.
Yeah, I know it's interesting because a lot of people they know the money coming in and they know how to put the money out, but they don't know too much about in between and savings and tax
Planning.
situation.
Yeah.
There's the word.
Yeah.
Planning,
Well,
cash flow planning,
it's a Canadian word too.
planning.
Yeah.
Oh, she speaks bilingual.
What about you, David? What got you into coaching? Why are you a business coach?
Well, I don't know if we have enough time today, but I'll try to give the Coles Notes version of all this. So I've been
Coles Notes?
yeah, it's a Canadian thing.
Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
If you're in America. Anyways, continue.
Coles Notes, yeah. Anyways, Cliff Notes, Coles Notes, Office Depot. It actually was Business Depot, then became Staples.
Oh, you know what? That's why. I could have sworn I saw something that was like a depot somewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
At one point. But anyways, so yeah, lifelong entrepreneur, was trained graphic design way back in the Stone Ages. And from there, I started my own design company, grew into a design studio, into a print and marketing and sign shop. It was quite the journey, and I made lots of mistakes, lots of hurdles, lots of roadblocks, all that fun stuff. But partly why I was doing what I did, because I wanted to help businesses grow, to be able to put their best foot forward. That's where the design part came into, and then I knew that the messaging was very important. So then I did the research and the homework on helping people to figure out how to help people position themselves, how to brand themselves properly, and then from there, I decided, okay, what else can I do? So I was leading a networking group in the area, and then I decided that that wasn't enough, so let's join the chamber, and then I became vice president of the chamber, and then I became president of the chamber. So during all that,
Anything you didn't do?
I was part of Toastmasters as well, but kind of in succession, right? So it was Toastmasters, then I had to give up Toastmasters to be part of BNI, and then I gave up BNI to be part of the chamber. And then I was growing the design and print business, and I was growing the chamber, and I thought that I was smart enough that I knew everything there was to do. So I thought I was running my business properly, and then I realized, or at one point, I actually had a massive wall, the big burnout wall, and then I hit the wall, bounced back, fell right on my bum, smacked down. And it was quite the eye-opening experience. And then what I ended up doing was I ended up selling the business for way below market value, because I didn't it wasn't set up properly. And since then so after I took some time off, I realized, okay, you know what, there's a lot that I've learned and a lot that I can offer and help other businesses to avoid the mistakes that I made. So not only were all the hard learned lessons that I got from the mistakes I made, I said, okay, you know what? that's only half of it. I need to learn more strategies, more ways that I can actually help businesses grow beyond the, the experiences that I learned. So then I joined up with an international coaching organization that was just chock full of resources for me to allow to absorb them all and to learn all these new strategies that I was able to think back and apply and go, you know what, if I would have known these strategies when I was building my business, I would have been a lot more successful and I wouldn't have burned out. And if I wanted to transition out of that, it would have been in such a position that I'd be able to sell it at a fair market value or maybe even above market value. So I've gotten all those resources and all that new knowledge with all my past experience, and you put it all into one big ball, and it looks a little bit like this head right here. And each one of these grays that you're seeing on here right now are all the lessons I've learned. So if you want to take the time to count them all, you'll see all the lessons I've learned. I don't know, I'm just making this up.
So include the grays that are in your sideburns and in your hair?
Well, the ones in the hair are family oriented. The ones on the beard are business oriented.
Oh, okay. Glad there's a separation as well.
Well, yeah, it's a big gap right there, right? That's the separation right there. Anyways, in a nutshell, that is, and because of all the burnout and the lessons I've learned, that's what has fueled the passion that's inside me to get out there and help businesses grow more effectively, more efficiently, and be in a position where if they wanted to transition out of it, that they're able to do it. Because most people, when they start out, they build their business, they get to a stage where they are so much part of it. They're the main cog or one of the main cogs in the business, and they're not able to sell the business at a proper value.
Yeah, because, they become the business, and once they leave, the clients probably don't want to go with whoever the new business owner is in fear that, the value of the service isn't going to be the same.
100%. So processes, all that fun. Anyways,
Yeah.
This is a get to know you. Favorite? Do you have a number? Do you have a favorite number? All of them?
All of them, yeah. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite number. Do you have a favorite food?
Favorite food?
Yeah.
I like too many different types of food.
Yeah, the same.
I know wraps are one of the things that Maria sees me consume a lot. I do, you know what? I'm favoring probably if I had it, push comes to shove right now, Mexican food.
Mexican food, so good.
Right now. But sushi is right up there too. So it goes Mexican. Sushi is like, 1A and 1B.
So close.
So close. And what about you for food?
I think it changes every time someone asks me, but right now, it would be rice cereal, which some people also call rice pudding. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Okay. Rice cereal is called Rice Krispies.
No, not Rice Krispies. It's completely different. It's rice mixed, boiled in milk with sugar.
Rice pudding.
And
I know what
milk.
rice pudding is,
Rice
but rice
pudding.
cereal.
We just call it
is,
rice cereal.
No, then you're wrong.
No.
Then you're wrong.
Is
that American?
It's a Southern thing.
Or is that a Bolivian thing?
That'd be like a deep Southern thing.
A deep Southern thing.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Hope no Southern person comes after me after saying that. But I'm pretty sure that's where I came from. I'll just blame my dad if it's wrong.
Yes. And for me, anything sweet. Pretty much anything sweet. Desserts,
Yeah.
right? But anyways. So what's next, Maria? Or you know what? Why don't we talk a little bit about what brought us together?
Well, your story kind of starts it.
Yeah. So sure, I'll continue. So as I was growing the coaching practice, I noticed that there was a gap between businesses being simply CRA compliant and being profitable in the bookkeeping side of things. So I said, wouldn't that be a great gap to fill? So I went out on an exhaustive search to find the right person that can fit into, that had the same vision, same motivation that I do to help small businesses grow. but that knows the numbers, that knows the taxes, knows the accounting, the bookkeeping, all of that. And I found this wonderful person here.
Yep. So I was in the middle of building my accounting practice. And from the beginning of my business, I wanted to be able to help as many people as possible understand numbers, as I previously said. But also, I'm young, relatively, and so I knew like I would probably have to, partner with someone else who has more business experience who could, fill in gaps that I might not know about business as of yet. And then, David came. Knocked on our door. We got to know each other from a networking group, and he's like, "Hey, I want to, build something that's more than just bookkeeping and more than just coaching." And I'm like, that's also kind of what I want to do. I want to help people understand more than just their books, and that is through coaching. And so that's how we came together and built Your Financial Success Matrix. And one thing that makes us unique is that we have something that we call collaborative bookkeeping, which is everyone has a different comfortability level, that's a word now, in their bookkeeping. And so whether you want to be the DIYer who does all the data entry but still wants someone to look over your shoulder and say, yeah, you're doing everything right, or you just want to hand everything off to someone and then have that person tell you if you're doing good and where to, do better. We cover the whole spectrum, the whole aspect of bookkeeping, taxes, and the coaching.
Yeah, and one of the things that we came up with together was a profitability report, and that's something that we put together every month. We look at your numbers. Whether you input them yourselves or we input them through the Financial Success Matrix, and we're able to put together a profitability report. And the key to that is to be able to see trends and whether you're trending in the right direction or in the wrong direction. And once you can identify the trends, you can make adjustments to it as you go forward. And then the other key difference that we do as well is that we help you identify the 3 to 5 key performance indicators in your business that help you to attain your week or monthly standard. And we like to use the word standard as opposed to goal, because a goal is something that you sort of aspire to, and if you don't get there, it's not that big a deal. But what we do is we help figure out what the standard is that you want to hit every month, so that's the standard. And then what are the 3 to 5 key things that help you achieve that standard? And then once you've got that figured out, you're able to monitor it as you go, and then you can figure out whether or not you're going to hit the target or hit the standard or not. And if you're not going to get there, then you can make adjustments because you're actually managing those 3 to 5 KPIs.
So true. So, reach out to us and we can help you identify your 3 to 5 daily and weekly KPIs that you should be looking after. That's the whole reason why we built this, is to help individuals and businesses, understand and grow their businesses, because that's what we want for ourselves personally and what we want for all of our friends as well.
Absolutely. And as Maria said, that we do have a podcast. It's called the 5% Club. So go on to all your podcast providers there, search for it, subscribe and listen, comment, share, like, all the fun things that you do with social media. But if you have a question or you want something for us to deal with live or via comments or email, just send us a note, comment in this, and we will look after you as best we can.
Or if you have any other questions about us personally, such as, David, what's your favorite dad joke? Because, he's a dad. Let us know those as well, and we will answer them in another getting to know you video. So, thank you all for joining us.
All right, until next time.
See ya.